Okay, now we want to write 3 sample application or programs to strengthen our knowledge on Python string functions or methods. So the first program we want to write is write a program to validate username and password. That means you are expecting someone to enter his username and password. Don't forget, you're going to use the input function first. Then if art is in the username, that means after collecting the username, if art is in the username, then and length of the password is greater than 4, the registration is successful. That means we want to print a message called the registration is successful. It's a very simple program. So the first thing is we need to collect the username. Let's say user name. Let's say student underscore username. We are prompting the student to enter his username. Input, enter your username. Then we also want to prompt the student to enter his password. Let's say student underscore password. This is the variable name that will store what the user enters as the password, equals input, enter your password. Now we have gotten the user name, which is student underscore username, and we have gotten the password, which is student underscore the password. So what do we want to do now? I can now check if at in username, student username. So if at in student username and length of the password, student password, is greater than 4. So let's look at this. At in username, length of password greater than 4. If this is true, that is what the user enters as hat, and also if this is true, which means the length of the password the user enters is greater than 4, then true and true will return true. And if the final answer is true, then the code below the if statement will be executed, which is print registration successful, or is successful. Okay, let's try to run this code. Enter your username. Let's say awal at account B. Then a password. Let's use a password of length greater than 4. Let's say Olalekan. Then registration is successful. Okay, there is another way to write this program. Let me clean this and let's run this again. Okay, let's terminate. Now I can declare a variable called is valid. Probably I want to always use the variable in any other place, so I can declare a variable called is valid username. So let me put the validation of the username in a variable. So the validation is to check at in student username. So what do you expect here? At in student username means either true or false. If there is an at in the student username entered, that means this will return true. then true will be stored in is valid username. Then let's declare another variable called is valid underscore password equals, so length of password, student password, greater than 4. So this will also either return true or false. Look at, if length of the password is greater than 4, this will return true. If it is not, it will return false. So that false or true will be stored in its valid username. So anywhere we are validating, we can always use this variable. Just say if it's valid username, so it will go and check what you store in it, which is this. If it's valid password, it will check what is stored in its valid password, which is this. So I can always use this in any part of my program. So now we can check the conditions. So you say if is valid username. So what are we doing here? Is valid username is a variable now that stores at in username. So what we are actually doing here is we are calling if at in student username and is valid password, then print registration is successful. So let's run the program now. Username, let's still have I can be at our, then the password Olalekan. You can see registration is successful. So in the next class, we'll continue with the 2 other programs to strengthen our knowledge on Python string functions.